Hello, everybody, and welcome back to Grandpa Bill and the Grunts and Groans podcast. And welcome to Saturday morning, April the 20th at approximately 7:06 a.m. now. And to cut right to the chase, not that you guys will ever know this because it's now in my collection of famous bloopers and bleeps and outtakes of trying to do these shows and product videos. Long story short, I was right in the middle of trying to experiment with doing an audio outtake here and so on and so forth and product videos about my Tourmaline water because I'm on a water fast right now as we speak. I'm going to get to that in a second. Anyhow, my two crazy cats started to decide to do their wrestling mania matches that they like to do, especially lately with the full moon in April. I'm trying to learn more about that from my new friend online, Rock Howdy Spring, the astrologer, trying to learn about retrograde. No, I'm very naive to astrology, but I'm a Pisces, I'm a water sign. Seth Buzansky, the proprietor of Tourmaline Springs, is a Pisces and all of that. So in preparation for when Seth comes onto my show, I was attempting to do an audio of a very, no pun intended, enlightening video by Seth speaking about enlightenment with your body and getting in tune with your organs and so forth. And there's one specific part of that audio. I'll play that on my Blog Talk Radio show later today when I can get the equipment to cooperate and get my cats shipped off to the day. Teasing. And I'll be talking about, especially in the audio, which will be from a video that you'll hear Seth about enlightenment. I want to introduce Seth to one of my Vitality Herbs and Clays, Earth and Clays called Ormus. And he's certainly familiar with Ormus because it's in the water naturally and all of that. But this Ormus, taken over and above or separately and succinctly, has a propensity to open up the heart and cardiovascular amongst its many attributes. And I just found it interesting where Seth, if you're not already familiar with his video, that you'll hear on my radio show later today, talking about the organs and getting in touch. I really, really, really want to see his opinion on this, as well as all these earth and clays that I've talked about that I've been doing as I do the water fast with the Tourmaline spring water. You can check my product videos and the podcasts here and my radio shows and at my 3 websites and so on and so forth. I'm about 15 hours or so into a water fast right now at the taping of the show on the 20th at like 7, 8 in the morning on just the water to this juncture. In the video that I was trying to do the mixology while Seth, hopefully you were going to hear him in the background. It didn't work out, so scratch that one. And I'm not going to do the mixology here because I have to keep turning my back, and that might be a favor, so you guys don't see that. But trust me when I say, and I'll show you another time, that I put all these minerals that I talked about with Michael King from Vitality Herbs and Clay, who's the manufacturer of the Sacred Clay that was on my Blog Talk Radio show. Listen to the archival outtake of that. Pardon me. He's a big proponent of the water. Trina Felber, who I just had on my show, the CEO of Primal Life Organics, and we talked about her infused CBD powder in my show like Monday. Check out the archives at the Blog Talk Radio show. And I've been talking about, I want to show you the right vial of the 10X Pure, how I introduced Trina to the 10X Pure. She made a nice accolade online at the show about this, about the clay, and about the water. So, what I'm hoping to do when we get Seth on the show in May to talk about all these subjects that Seth and I have sort of been in communique on behind the scenes. He's a busy man. No, he can't kick on me, and he doesn't. We're cool. We're good. But they take time. So he's going to be on the show, and we're going to talk about several subjects to include the Family Water Share Program, which are these cases of water behind me, and I've been talking about that, and introductory packs, and what we're going to do And I'm working with Michael King on some experimentations. Like he has the water and his staff's enjoying it and blah, blah, blah. We're trying all these intermixed things to see if they fit in boxes with the components of these sacred water kits and so forth to keep down costs of shipping and blah, 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 blah. On Adahs Animal Products website, there's a video of me. I've talked about Mike Adams, the health ranger, in his capacity at his own ISO lab, CWC, and there's a video of that said ISO report documenting, verifying, solidifying all of that, what's not in this product, atherogenic, pollution-free, and very low content of all the minerals, if any, and so on and so forth. That report, because of that, in my humble opinion, and I want to confer with Seth, it's his company. And Seth and I are cool. We talked behind the scenes, and I asked him before, are you comfortable if I do like a family watershed program? Not so much that in and of itself, because it's his program. But talking about maybe school systems later, that's going to take some time, school systems and all that. But to think in that direction and so forth. Yeah, he said, yeah, fine, Bill. But I want to make sure that I'm representing him in the capacity that he wants the company to be represented on. And I think we're real good on that. But we need to stay in communique, and Seth will expand upon that. And I think it's been pretty much proven that I'm a goodwill ambassador and, maybe the long-standing client, maybe the longest and all of that. And I appreciate the fact I'm even some kind of an informal advisor on Amazon about Summer Spring or something. I get these emails, which is fine. I appreciate that. People asking me about, can you answer this question about the product? And I do my best. That's all I am. I want to clarify that like I've done before. I'm not a clinician. I'm not anything. But I've used all these products for years, and I've had all these relationships, not to the degree of length yet with Seth as far as a business relationship yet. But I'd like to feel, unless I'm scared him away, I think Seth and I are going to be fine. So when he gets on the show, to do so, and we've had a time to percolate and get a moment to catch up with each other and so forth, I'd like to see his feelings about considering making a formal approach to Mike Adams or the Tourmaline Water for product consideration at Mike Adams' Health Ranger store. We'll see. And then I want Seth to address the logistics of all of this, because he's the guy that will be handling if we're fortunate enough to get in the pallets and all that kind of stuff, which is way down the road. We'll see how that progresses. And I'm working sort of with a team out west and Michael King, whether it ever comes to fruition, whether we work with him on the water in the business sense. These things have just started to maybe have legs for talking about it. Nobody's guaranteeing anything. And Trina's so busy, jumping back to the CTFO 10X Pure exclusivity patented rights. I'm interested in talking to Seth about what his philosophies are or aren't about CBDs and I don't want to promote anything if, he has a different viewpoint or something like that. Having said that, if he aligns himself with that, I think this would be a great product to provide to the marketplace as already infused water. My opinion, my testimonial, I've done it for myself. I'm perfectly content. It works good for my arthritis, all of that. That's what I'm basing it on. Like I base my accolades on all my products over 25 years and based on my customers' testimonials backing what I hopefully convey. Speaking of which, Adahs' website will be up and running for I think it's the 6th week, Wednesday next. And thank you. We've had a handful of orders on the customized aromatherapy containing not the 10X Pure yet, next generation. It does contain the CTFO pet oil. And we've sold a handful, and we've actually gotten a couple of testimonials specifically about that formula as well. Excuse me, over at Adahs' testimonial website. So anyway, I'm musically all around the block here. But this is all trying to create an audio-visual journal of how I'm tying all these products into the central theme and trying to come up with some things here all about health for animals and their owners. So, without doing the mixology here, for now, pretend that I've added all the sacred clay, water, powders, and so forth to include my wild Maine blueberry powder, which is an ingredient, and my boo-boo butters, and an ingredient. I sell the powder in my capacity as an ingredient broker, but I also incorporate it in my smoothies. I love the teas. I'll talk about Teresa Gaffney in my main cross-promotion program to include Seth Polanski, obviously main proprietor of the Tourmaline Water. Okay, I have the water with the clay mixture and the blueberry powder when I do have it in there. That's what I do every day. I shake it up. I'm coming off the water fast now. I included all of Michael King's products with the Revitalized for Men, the salt, the ormus clay, all the separate components of the kit in the spring, in the mineral water kit. But I also use the Vital Cleanse and Nutrify. I don't have the Earth and Sea Greens here now with me in the powdered form. I'll put that in there occasionally. So all of that's mixed up in my cocktail coming off the fast. I drink the water daily, whether I fast or not. But as I come off the fast with the clay water, I start out in the morning. I talk a lot about this at length. You can go to the Vitality Herbs and Clay parent website and find the whole year program about the water program. A couple, 3 times a day. I drink this water throughout the day, all the time. I've talked at length about that. But, yeah, so I'm going to end this one here. Thanks for being patient. But you'll hear me a lot for those of you that are following the show and have for years, and for those of you that are coming along and following it in more degree of regularity recently. Thank you. It's obviously organic. It's obviously an old man in semi-retirement and all of that. But hopefully it's a harbinger of good information, and I know I have good products. And I know that I have exclusivity on some, and with custom blends and private labeling and what have you, it's how I've been able to survive as a sole proprietor in 25 plus years and all that crap. So have a great day. Have a great Saturday. Join me in my Blog Talk radio show that will tape today, but will be available archivally throughout the weekend. Check out the big sale on all of these products at Adahs Animal Products.com. I will be infusing more and more products on the human side soon as well with the CTFO line. I'm going to be working, hopefully, with Trina Felber. I just talked to her on the outtake of the show on Monday. Way premature, but I got some things on the board. She gave a nice accolade to the Sacred Clay, the 10X Pure, and the Tourmaline Water on here. And, yeah, I'm going to have some more provocative guests and so forth. So stay with me. Tell everybody about the show, the blogs, the product. I'm still looking for a team for those of you that might be interested in the CTFO team aspect of the job opportunity. And I'm going to continue to provide the products in my independent ingredient broker capacity. And I'm a lifelong client, which I've expounded upon because I'm seeing results as a client of the products. So that's it for today. And I'll see you in the next video, Blog Talk show, wherever. Have a great weekend. And always remember, be yourself, promote good health in all animals and their people. Take care, everybody. Have a great day. We'll see you the next time around.